Hey guys, welcome to my first deck review. This is deck review number 1, and we are going to be reviewing Organic Playing Card Company's Peelers version 3 or V3, the Private Reserve Edition. It's a very limited edition deck of playing cards. It dropped about a week ago. Literally about a week ago. And they sold out in 4 minutes. I was luckily able to snag 3 of them on their launch date. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look at these guys real quick. So without further ado, let's get right into Peelers V3. Alrighty guys, so let's get right into the review of the Peelers V3 Private Reserve. So I ended up purchasing 3 decks, which came with a couple of freebies. The first one being this Peelers keychain. I'm not sure if I'll ever actually use it, but it's a nice little collector's piece. I'm very curious if this will be something that they throw in with their decks in the future. But that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that. And the next thing that comes in with this deck is a passport. So you get this OPC passport, and inside it tells you some directions, which is you'll also get a sticker, of course, which is this little holographic Peeler sticker. I believe that they had a watermelon one included with their carvers, which is part of this passport program, which is if you collect 6 of these stickers, which are going to be released with the next, like, I think they said 9 decks that they plan to put out. If you collect 6 different stickers and you mail this passport to them, they will send you a rare exclusive, like, limited edition deck. I think they call it an exotic. Oh yeah, they call it their exclusive exotic deck, whatever that could be. But you got to collect 6 different stickers, so it is going to take a little time to fill in, but I'm very curious as to what that exotic deck will be like. I think it's a pretty neat little system they got here, so I look forward to that. So let's get right into the Peelers V3. So we're going to start with the tuck case, which is printed on the regular cardstock that you would use, or that is used in, like, with like a bicycle tuck. You know, it's nothing really like different. It's not like a really thick cardstock, which is fine. It's just your usual tuck case. You got this gloss finish, Peelers playing cards printed right on the front in that nice gold ink, and the entire deck is wrapped in this nice I kept calling it a barrel, which I think we only affiliate because of Donkey Kong, but I'm starting to see more that this is a crate. It's wrapped in this nice crate print all around the entire deck, so it kind of mimics that nice wooden crate. On the back of the tuck, you have a spider web and a gold spider crawling down towards the bottom. You don't have anything on the sides or the top. And then on the bottom, you of course have, you know, your like, I call them card credits, but it tells you everything you need to know, such as the distributor, the designer. Says we have 2020 special edition, 1 of 1500, designed by Organic Playing Cards, distributed by Riffle Shuffle Playing Card Company, Dallas, Texas, 75050, made in the USA. These were printed by the USPCC. I don't know, hopefully that'll pick that up so you can see it. But yes, 1 of 1500. I think this is probably their most limited release compared to their previous decks. So very cool. Inside, the print continues on the flap as well as the inner flaps here, and then the inside of the deck, or inside of the tuck, excuse me, is completely blank. So, which is perfectly fine. Nice thick case. So So we'll place that aside for now. So now we'll get right into the deck, which we start with the jokers. Got a nice peeled banana right there on the front. A little bit of gold ink accent going on here. Very nice graphic. And then on the second joker, you have a 7 of hearts reveal, which is always something that I love when it comes to, you know, anybody's deck, is to have a good reveal in it, whether it be on the joker or incorporated into an ace or one of the face cards. I think, you know, you get a magic trick built into the deck that you can have impromptu at any time. Very clever idea here with the banana peeling and revealing the card inside, which allows for, you know, if you had somebody select the 7 of hearts, you could pull out this joker and do a simple earnest change and reveal the 7 of hearts. I think that's really, really cool and very clever. You know, I wouldn't have thought of that. So we get on to the ace of spades, which is really neat. You get a jumbo spade right there on the front. It says peelers underneath. You get that nice gold ink that I love the way the light catches it, and then the spade being peeled like a banana and showing the inside as a banana. That's really, really clever. I like that a lot. And then we'll continue on through with the spades, which is your traditional black finish. We'll continue going through. We get to the court cards, which are customized, of course, with a nice little color differentiation going on here with the gold ink. The gold ink is used throughout the entire deck. And then of course you have your court cards eating bananas, which is really really cool. I always loved that when it came to the slicers and the snackers, which carvers, snackers, and slicers are the only OPC decks that I've had hands-on with and have been able to see. And I'll soon be adding squeezers to the collection. But they always have their court cards with some form of the fruit that is the theme of the deck in their hands, which I think is really, really cool and clever. So you have the king eating a banana here, and then we go right into what would traditionally be the red cards. I love that they used the the gold ink here. It is so good. It's just, oh man, I just love the ink. And when we get to the backs, and when we actually look at the back design of the cards, I'll talk about the ink even more and what I like about it. But I love that they of course chose to utilize the gold ink on what would traditionally be the red cards. And then we go into the courts again. You got the jack with a mouthful of banana, and then we go on to the queen, banana in her hand, the king of diamonds, banana in his hand. He's obviously munching the king of clubs, which sort of mimics the usual kind of what has happened with other king of clubs in previous decks. It's really just the handle, the sword, that continues with the theme of the banana. And then we go on with the courts. This jack has fully eaten his entire banana. He's just holding a peel. We go into the clubs, which are all traditional black. And then we are on to the hearts, which the Suicide King is utilizing a banana instead of a knife or sword, while also holding bananas. We continue on with the Queen of Hearts, Jack of Hearts, still utilizing that nice gold ink for the red cards, which I think is really cool. We'll go ahead and continue going through. And then you get your 2 gaff cards. Well, really one is a duplicate, which I always love, because when it comes to these kind of decks where they're not very common, I don't want to say but you know, it's not like a bicycle deck. It's hard to come by a duplicate unless you want to buy multiple decks just to get a duplicate. I love that this is becoming a a constant with these decks is to include a duplicate and of course a double backer. I always prefer a double backer over any other gaff card that's going to be included in a deck. I really hate when there's blanks because I don't really work with blanks, but you can utilize a double backer for so many things, and I love that. So let me go ahead and stack this deck up, and we're going to take a look at the actual back of the deck. So the back of the deck, or the backs, are the traditional utilizing a fruit, just like you would see with any of the other OPC cards, except we have a nice gold ink background here, solid gold ink. And what I was speaking on earlier about the use of the gold ink is that they did a great job with this shade of gold. I will be completely honest, when I saw that this was going to be a gold deck, I was a little worried because I don't own a lot of gold decks. I think I might only have one other one, which would be the Ramsey Madison White Knights, which utilize gold ink, and they do it just like this. It's just kind of toned down. It's not very, because like I feel like it'd be very easy to overuse the gold ink and make it look kind of gimmicky. I love how the gold doesn't really become the spotlight until light actually hits it. As a matter of fact, when light isn't really hitting it, it just kind of gives off this nice sort of dark mustard. I know that's a really bad term to use for calling this yellow, but I just love the tone of this gold. It's very beautiful. It goes with the theme of the bananas, of course, so perfectly, and I think it was a great job done with the choosing of the gold ink to use for this gold themed deck. So yeah, it looks good. The banana graphics are very very good. I don't own any other peelers, but I have heard that I've heard from a couple of others that own the deck that it's the actual peelers banana on the backs are slightly edited compared to the previous peeler bananas. I don't know if that's true. Just hit it up in the comments if it is or not. But yes, OPC has done a great job with this deck, with the presentation and the look of all the cards. They look great, and I mean, it's just a really good looking deck, I'll admit. So great job, Organic Playing Card Company. You hit the nail on the head with these. I wasn't too worried about that happening at all. They look great, they feel great. Let's alrighty guys, so just some closing notes here. First off, big congratulations to Organic Playing Card Company. They sold out their entire stock of these in 4 minutes, so great job on that. If you like this deck, if you enjoy the way it looks, if you like the aesthetic of it, there are people, at least I see all the time on Instagram, that are doing giveaways. You can bid on a couple of these on eBay. There's also some people selling them on eBay, but and then also some independent Magic shops have started getting their allotment in and are selling them on their sites, but they are still going very fast, and I'm sure it's only a matter of time before this does become an extremely rare deck to get. But big kudos to Organic Playing Card Company and Riffle Shuffle for distribution and Gambler's Warehouse for fulfillment. They came very quickly. It was seamless. I was camped out on the site, refreshing every 5 seconds until they dropped to secure my decks. But yeah, overall closing notes when it comes to, I was on the fence about giving ratings to a deck, and I decided, like, so many decks are, I don't want to say alike, but I think it's better just to say if you should try to track it down, if you should avoid it, if you should definitely get it. And with these, I would say yes. They feel great. I can't wait to really perform with this deck and show this deck off even more. It's a very, very good deck of cards. Organic playing cards really outdid themselves with this deck, and it's definitely something you want to add to your collection if you collect their playing cards. I would say my only complaint for the deck were with the court cards. If for those of you that are familiar with other organic playing card decks, their court cards usually have more variety when it comes to what the court card is holding. For example, with like the slicers, some of them would be holding a piece of pie, or another one would be drinking some apple cider, or have like an apple juice box in their hand, or like have a whole pie in their hand. Same thing with the snackers. Like there was like a blackberry muffin, there was blackberry juice, there was like blackberry frozen yogurt and a blackberry smoothie. I liked that every court card had something a little different with it. With these, it really was like every single one just had, you know, a banana in their hand, but it doesn't bother me to the point that I'm going to say that anything like extremely negative about the deck. It is a very good deck of cards. If you can get your hands on them, I strongly recommend it. I don't know anyone, like any sites right now that have them available, so I can't put any links in the description of where you can track them down. But I can say that if you are active in the Instagram Magic community, there are several people giving others that didn't get a chance to get them the opportunity to get their hands on them through giveaways, through trades, through selling. And if you ask around, look around, I'm sure you can find someone that would be willing to make some sort of a deal with you, and you'll be able to get your hands on them that way. So that was my first review. Number one, Peelers V3 Private Reserve. That is also part of a closing note there I just thought of. They're called Private Reserve, which leads me to believe, but it is just a theory, that there's going to be like a main version 3. Usually it's the other way around. Usually when a deck comes out, there's, you know, whether it's a version 2, version 3, you know, my best example would be with Schneider Madison Remedies. It had the main line of Remedies playing cards, but then there was also Private Reserve, which was limited. So I could be wrong. It is just a theory. There's no solid proof, but there may be a version 3 of Peelers that could come out later that maybe just isn't gold. Maybe it's like an even more toned down yellow. But I could be wrong. We could just go into version 4 at some point later on down the road. But that was a little bit something interesting there too. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed reviewing these cards. I think it's a great deck. Go follow Organic Playing Card Company on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the links in the description below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you liked what you saw here and want to see more. I don't know what deck I'm going to review next, but I look forward to the next review and sharing that experience with you guys. So take care, and I will catch you guys in the next video.